Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahma Miristriparan Takare. Banushashi Bamisita. Buddhasha Gurusha Shukra. Shani Rahu Keteva. Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu. Om Ring Shukraya Namaha. Shabbat Shalom and greetings. This is I, Cosmic Kev, the Kozmickev100, your weekly astro video zine, which usually I have it posted by Friday, but right now I'm doing it on a Friday night because I was a little bit ill. I've had a cold, and so if I have to take water breaks, bear with me. This is for the week beginning today, which will be November 10th, going through November 17th, 2023. Now, what do we have in the sky today? Well, today we have the moon. Went from the constellation of Virgo into the constellation of Libra in a lunar mansion known as Shitra. Shitra is ruled by Vashtar. Vashtar is the celestial architect. Shitra is ruled by Mars. Mars, is a planet of action. It's about getting things done. It's about getting rid of evil. It's about ecology and support for the earth. And, in some situations, Mars is a planet that rules police and military. But Mars also rules farmers. And I think that is the older and is going to be the future impulse for Mars. And Mars ruled nakshatras like Dhanista, which is half Capricorn, half Aquarius, or the case of Mrigashira, which is half Taurus, half Gemini. See, Mars is a logician, and when you get air and earth together, it creates logic. And this is in the sidereal Vedic astrology. Now, most of this horoscope I get into is Western astrology. And so, in fact, let's put the moon in its appropriate place here. It's the Libra now. Now, in the sidereal zodiac, it's more like how you look at the stars, and you'd find, the sun in Libra right now, and you'd find Venus in Virgo right now, and you'd find, Mars in Libra too, and Mercury would be in Scorpio. I mean, a lot of these planets, Saturn would be back in Aquarius. They're going to be back a sign unless they're at least 24 degrees. And then 24 degrees to 30 degrees are the same sign in both systems. But, in Vedic astrology, they've got these 27 lunar mansions that kind of put this other flavor that's more specific on the signs of the zodiac. And it eliminates the need to fuss over cusps. We've got a new moon happening, folks, on the 13th of November, early in the morning, 1:27 a.m. And so we've got, and that particular new moon is going to be in Libra in a lunar mansion called Vishaka. And later on that day, it'll be in Scorpio, but it'll still be in the lunar mansion of Vishaka. Vishaka is about branching out. Vishaka is ruled by Jupiter. Its ruling deity is Indra, the god of gods, and who loves all the sensual passions and will never give up in a fight. And also Agni, the god of fire, who purifies us, with that light, that Holy Spirit light of truth. That is the other aspect of Vishaka. And Vishaka can be the triumphant gateway, can be the potter's wheel, where there's a lot of centrifugal force. We have to stay centered in order to build that good vessel. And then the other one is the spreading branches of a fruit tree or an oak tree. And if there get too many acorns or too much fruit, sometimes branches break. There's this desire to take over areas and expand things in Vishaka, and the sun's moving through the Vishaka nakshatra. Vishaka is 3/4 Libra, 1/4 Scorpio. So by the time the sun rises, or a little, the most of that day, the sun and moon will be in Scorpio that. Well, the sun won't be in Scorpio yet, but the moon will be in Scorpio. Yeah, the sun won't be in Scorpio till the 16th in Vedic astrology. All right, so there's one little lesson, and now we're just going to go in according to the Western tropical zodiac, which is based on seasons. It's not based on actual constellations. We're going to do it. We're going to do your horoscope, and starting with you, Aries. Well, I think greetings, Aries. The focus is on romance. It's on relationships. It's on showing up for the work that you do, and so you need to show up, and you also need to go through certain amounts of transformation. You know, there's change on the horizon. See, in the Western zodiac, the new moon, of course, is in Scorpio along with the sun. So, and mysteries. And sometimes there's trauma and things that are out of our control that happen when we go through 8th house transit. So it's really good to just kind of keep your radar on, you know, keep that intuitive radar on. Because we don't always know what's coming up next. All right. All right. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, I mean, so there's Sun and Mars in your 7th house, and, you know, the moon will be there too with the new moon. So it's all about relationship for you as well, and partnership, and it's about career performance. It's also like Venus in the 6th house. It's sort of like getting along with people you work with and serving others, helping others, walking the extra mile a little bit. Part of that is going to be involved for you this week. So I see it as kind of a work weekend and a work week. All right. Well, greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, there's not much that can be said other than Mercury is now in your 7th house. So this is also about love and romance, you know, just that wanting to be close to your people, you know, cultivating intimacy. You know, there's a lot of people that have really good relationships, don't always have good physical intimacy. And there's people that have good physical intimacy, but they don't have a good relationship. And, you know, the relationship is probably 88% of it. You know, the sex aspect, physical, is about 12%. So, I mean, some people, you know, I mean, in some cases it's everything, and that's what keeps people together. But ultimately, there's got to be a spiritual depth beyond the physical to transcend in order to have good relationships. Scorpio rules your 6th house. A lot of times people get ill this time of year. Immune system gets shot. It happens, you know, it can happen. It happens to the best of us sometimes. And overall, though, you know, you're moving forward, you're shining, you're feeling more creative. There's a sense of love in your life, or if you have female children, you're somewhat focused on them as well and wanting them to do as good as they can. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, your social life is exciting. And Scorpio time of year, Scorpio is your 5th house, so that's also children. And since Mars is there and there'll be a new moon there, there's all this energy, you know, energy about your children, energy about whatever creative processes or performances you're involved in, and that creativity needs to shine. It needs to expand. It needs to be seen and recognized. You know, there's transformation in the area of relationships. You know, learning more advanced subjects might be also a part of what you're planning over the next year or two. And I think for the most part, just working on your health, being stable within your home life and your family life, with the moon being in the fourth house this weekend anyhow. All right, hello Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. You're always moving from the heart, and that's a good place to be. Scorpio's in your fourth house, that's fixed assets. The moon this weekend's in Libra, that's kind of like your neighborhood, your siblings. And when the new moon happens, that goes into your fourth house. That's personal happiness, your household, fixed assets, older relatives, parents, older people in the household. So that's going to need to be looked at. And it's more of an introspective time too, where you might want to stay home. And it's kind of hard to not go out where I live in Chico, California. Our fall color is peaking right now, so it takes people in the Northeast, happens for about 10 days in October. In Chico, it kind of happens for like 4 weeks from late October to late November, and it's super beautiful right now. All right, greetings Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. Scorpio's third house. Mars is in Scorpio. Sun is in Scorpio. There'll be a new moon in Scorpio. Weekend seems to be about making money, focusing on work. The rest of the week looks like it's dedicated to rest and recuperation somewhat. Working on the spiritual quality of relationships. Taking some calculated risks. Realizing that you're going through some kind of transformation. And, you can't always just trust what you're hearing or seeing. And so that's a part of it. Anyhow, I'd say focus on writing, doing some artwork, showing your good side. And since Mars is a Karaka of the third house, this activator, it's an activator, I think, you're going to take better risks, you show more courage, and take the right action. Greetings Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, Scorpio is the second house. Second house is your values, and it's your parents, and sometimes it's your throat and your mouth and lower face and or even neck. And it's also about eating right and showing those values. And sometimes there's challenges, We say that the Dastana houses are the 6th, the 8th, and the 12th. Well, opposite of the 8th is the second house. So a lot of times the second house can give us trouble, even though it's considered a good house for wealth, and a good house for family, and a good house for the moon. But there are these things to consider. And so Venus being in Libra, well, that makes you look good. And this weekend, Saturday and Sunday moon, and moon being in Libra, at least Friday was good for you, and it's moving over into Scorpio. So just a lot of things focusing on values and family and money for you. Well, greetings Scorpio, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Yes, folks, Kozmickev100 is turning 65 on Tuesday. It's hard to believe. I was hoping to be a lot more mature by now, but Still learning, you know. Life is for learning, and we stay in the game to learn. We accumulate some wisdom too. That you know, that's why it's so important to take care of your body because you know I'm learning as my mom's aging and things are just you know things are rougher for her physically. It's like wow, keep stretching, keep exercising, keep eating right. You know, refrain from alcohol and sugar and smoking and all these other things that can hurt you. Seed oils, oh my God, another thing. It should be illegal, but we don't care in this country about anything but money. You know, so it's rough. You know, Mars is giving you some courage. You know, Mars is helping you break through the other side. This new moon means, especially if you're born like I think the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, this is a really big new start for you this year in your life, especially for people born the 13th. So I'll give a birthday shout out to my friend Topher and Roger Montalbano, and they're both born on the 13th of November. And my friend Alicia is having a birthday on the 15th. And so many other people. Ileana, who I work with, got a birthday on the 16th. So, and my friend Natalie is having a birthday on the 12th. So many birthdays. It's probably way more than that, but I'm just keeping it condensed today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Scorpios, and know that this is going to be a really different year for you. Okay. Greetings, Sagittarius. Well, Mercury's in your first house, so your thinking cap's on now. You're thinking clearly. You value fun and games. You value technology. You value economic opulence right now, just because of Mercury's position. This new moon's in your 12th house. Pay attention to your dreams. Keep a dream journal. You know, God speaks to us a lot of times through our dreams. And now's the time to just kind of pay your bills, try and make good karma, realize that there's a lot of blind sides to the 12th house when we're going through a 12th house transit. I mean, you might be feeling relatively social Friday night, Saturday a little bit so, but you know, definitely by Saturday night, Sunday, you're going to be more in that introspective place, and that's okay. Sometimes it's good to just stay home, you know. And then by, you know, later on, you know, by Tuesday you'll be breaking out, moon will be in Sagittarius, you'll be all like, yay, I'm shining. You know. Greetings, Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, Saturn's in the third house, you know, and Saturn wants you to be a good neighbor, wants you to be a responsible neighbor, you know, and just taking care of your responsibilities in your neighborhood and with your siblings. That's important. That's a part of what we're seeing right here. Let's see, another part of this. Well, Scorpio times your social life, and it's an active social life right now. And this is where you might be going to football games or, you know, soccer games and, you know, hanging out with friends and doing stuff, seeing people. They work well together. I've heard that, you know, Western astrologers say that Scorpio and Capricorn together help create civilization. Oh, no. It's quite the compliment. But civilization becomes more rigid and more contained when more people show up, is what I've noticed. You know, you go to a little festival, there's no security guards. People kind of know each other, watch out for each other. You go to a big festival, oh my God, there's security, and it's hectic. You know, and so I say small is beautiful. And let's work towards a smaller future without putting people down for having children or, you know, going on that depopulation agenda. I mean, that's, yeah, I mean, there's, you know, even if everyone has 2 kids, we're still depopulating people. It's important to know that. Okay, we're going to Aquarius. And so we've got Saturn over in your second house. So you're really trying to get your money trip together. And with Neptune there too, it's like liquid acids. And sometimes they seem to be eroding and melting in front of you. But the good part is Scorpio time, you're able to display your career, what your talents and skills are, what you're good at right now. And you're showing a lot of promise in these areas. So I would say chin up, You're looking very dynamic with Mars there, this new moon. It could open up new opportunities for work if you're an Aquarian looking for a job. This is probably the week where things are going to change for you. Make them happen. I would definitely, especially, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, make that stuff happen. Because benefits are coming, but you have to put yourself out there to get those benefits. Well, hello Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. Scorpio time is a great time for Pisces. It's ninth house. Ninth house is the luckiest house. Ninth house is your father, it's ultimate teachers, it's exotic trips, it's foreign languages, foreign cultures, it's ashrams, spiritual places, sacred sites. These would be good things to visit right now. And having faith. You have some heavy outer planets in your first house, Saturn and Neptune. And so, in a lot of ways, most of you probably are, born after the 19th of February and born before the 17th of March or something. And so that's where Neptune is kind of like around the 15th, 16th, 17th of March position, and Saturn's sort of in the 19th of February, 18th of February position. But in between, all the rest of you, you're hemmed in by Mars and Saturn, by Saturn and Neptune. And so Neptune is demanding that you have a spiritual vision, pray for other people, do goodwill to your enemies. That's the real shock absorbers. Don't be reactionary. Don't react to other people. Oh, if they do something bad to me, I'm going to do something bad to them. That doesn't make you a good person. That doesn't even make you self-preserving. It just makes you manipulated by other people's bad behavior. And you're upset. You're affected by it. So your ego feels hurt. I get it. We all have egos, and most of us, that's how we respond naturally. But if you put love on people and ask questions like, well, why are you feeling hostile? Because I want to hear what your point of view is that generates this hostility. And they share it. Usually they stop feeling as hostile because you're actually curious about them and you want to know what their needs are. Well, sometimes this doesn't always work, and some people are just, bent and you have to defend yourself. So I'm not saying allow yourself to be hurt really bad by these people, but if you are courageous enough in love and in your higher power and in that higher place, you're going to work miracles, Pisces. So think of this as the time when miracles begin. Think of this as a time when we need each other. We need to be loving to each other no matter what we are. We've got all these flags, all these labels, this, that, other, We don't need that. What we need is to acknowledge soul. Well, you're a soul, I'm a soul. Let's have soul love for one another. Let's acknowledge that we all got off the ark together several thousand years ago, and we're all family basically, and let's come together as a family and let's heal this earth and let's do good things and bring forward our best opportunities. If Scorpio time is all about transformation, let's transform for the better. And with love and respect to all of you, wishing you peace, joy, and abundant creativity, because Scorpio's key phrase is I create. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Tat Sat.